Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I'm Sylvia and I'm here with Veronique. Hi, Veronique. How are you?
Hello, good morning, everybody. I'm good, thank you.
Great. So, today the theme of our episode is gonna be, can you be friends with someone who thinks differently from you? And it
hmm
can be either politically, like socially, or who is in a different financial situation, or like
hmm
that, which is in general someone who is very different from you.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we can start with Veronique. What do you think, Veronique? Can we? Can we? Is that
Can
possible?
can we what? Be friends with somebody who thinks differently? I think we
Yeah.
can. I
Hmm.
hope we can, because I would be sad to be in your little world with your little people. Everybody thinks alike, and
Right.
nobody's really growing. So personally, I always had a lot of different friends from anywhere, any background, any ethnicity. I'm never. I think I attract kind of the same people also,
Hmm.
but personally, I never rejected somebody because this person is voting for that person, or this person is this religion, or this person is that ethnicity. So
Hmm.
personally, I think you can. It takes also a lot of maturity. It can come naturally when you're young.
Yeah.
I guess it depends also how you've been raised also. I think the way you've been raised, because if you're being raised by parents that are very strict or whatever, or in a certain
Hmm.
religion, whatever, and they say you can't mix with these people, you can do with these people. When you're young, it might be difficult, but after when you grow and you mature and you're independent, you can make up your own mind. I think maturity has a lot to do with this, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. And but that also made me think about when we are young or like teenagers or early 20s. At least
hmm
back in my days, we didn't really care about politics or any of that stuff. And we were
Yeah.
just hanging out and having fun. And I remember some friends of mine had different like political positions, but I'm like, nah, I didn't even know who I was back then. I was like, yeah, whatever. So we were all hanging out
hmm
together. Everything was great until we got older. And then we
hmm
started kind of like shaping our minds and opinions about and values about things. And then it started like there was the clash with some of my friends who wouldn't accept my political view, my opinion on things. That just like,
hmm
oh, hey, I don't want to talk to you anymore after like
Yeah.
20 years of friendship. It just like, how can you just stop it because I'm not voting for the guy you want me to vote for? So there is
Yeah.
the maturity. It shows you that maturity may be, even though they're in their 30s or late 30s, they're still very immature, right? Because they still couldn't handle that change, or like, oh, how can you, like, I mean, I'm a grown woman and things change.
hmm
And you also change the way you think when you are in your 20s, right? A lot of people,
Yeah.
like, some of them stay the same, but others just change. Like, I changed a lot. I had a totally different political view, or even like lifestyle approach to things, that
hmm
I'm like, nah, I think I've evolved. So
Uh,
hopefully I'm like becoming a better person. So there is that.
yeah.
Some people stay stuck to that and they don't want to accept the changes.
Well, you have to be tolerant. That's the thing. You have to be. I think the big word is tolerance. Okay. Be
Yeah.
open to accept people the way they are. You don't need to try to
Hmm.
change people. You're not going to change anybody. People have
Yeah.
their own mind, and if there's a change that's going to happen, it's going to happen on their, at their own pace.
Yeah.
I mean, I've changed a lot also during the, those last few years, and I had some friends also, same as you, for 20 years, and when my change happened, they didn't like it. I even
Mm.
received like angry email because we don't write anymore by letters. So it would have been a
Yeah.
letter 20 years ago, but I received, so it was like 10 years ago, two angry email with three angry emails saying the same sentence. I don't like the person you became. I don't like the
Oh,
person you are now. Oh, okay. So when I was, I don't know, doing nothing, no job, no boyfriend, no money, nothing. You
partying
liked me a
like
lot,
yeah, when you're
partying
just
like crazy,
starting.
drunk.
Hmm.
When I'm okay and I'm happy, you don't like
Hmm.
it. You don't like it when I'm happy. Okay, that's your problem actually. That's not mine. That's your
Yeah,
problem.
exactly.
So being tolerant, right? Because some people are really stuck in the past, and
Hmm.
if things are moving on without them, ooh, they don't like it. And That's something also. I remember a sentence from Joel Osteen when I always remember that phrase really saved me a lot of troubles. He said, you can't bring everybody with you. I really like that
Oh yeah.
sentence.
Uh-huh.
So you can't bring
Yeah.
everybody with you. There's some people you're gonna have to leave behind.
Mm-hmm.
So
They won't be able to follow, and they're gonna say,
yeah,
yeah, behind. You're not gonna be
and you have to
friends with
make
them.
room for new people also. You have to
Mm-hmm.
make for new people. Sometimes with new people who are more open-minded, or maybe some people who will also maybe think like the new you also,
Yeah.
because the old you is not there anymore. Okay, but even if the old me wasn't there anymore, it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna still like you. If you stay stuck in the past, that's your problem. I hope you're gonna move on, but I'm not gonna reject you for that. But you
Yeah.
reject me for me because I'm moving on.
And your
So
essence, your essence is still the same. Like you changed in like a few ways things happen throughout life, but I would
mhm,
imagine that your essence is still the same from when you met
yeah,
many years
actually,
ago. So you can
yeah.
work things out, to if you want to, if you're willing to continue to have a relationship, right?
But I think for some of those friends who sent me that angry email, two of them, I think they wanted to kind of protect themselves because they thought because in my new life I wouldn't have room for them,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, okay, I better break up with her because before she breaks my heart, before she breaks my heart first. They were like, oh, we don't like the person you became, so it's better if we don't talk anymore. But that's too bad because we could still be talking
Yeah,
because
right.
because I still have friends from high school and we're still talking, and some didn't really do anything much since high school. I'm not, they're still living in the same city.
Mm-hmm.
There is one is still having the same job. It's been 30 years, is still in the same job, same wife and everything. We still talk. And there's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with this. We still talk. There's nothing wrong. Nobody's judging anybody. But some people, they cannot accept, if you move on, they can accept it. And
yeah. Well,
intolerance.
with my friends, so you like I have two. It was a group of three, right, with me and my other two friends.
Hmm.
So from high school, since we met since we were 15 years old, and then when it came to that, like, oh, you're like voting for this guy or that guy. This one of them, the friends, decided to just move away, right? Like it's cut relationships, and the other one, he's still my best friend. Like we still talk, and you
Hmm.
see, like, and they both of them actually think the same way politically, even both of them.
Okay.
But one he just said, of course I'm gonna talk to you, why would I not? Like it's like he's like my brother, like even though we're just super best friends, but we're so close, we went through so many things together, that it's like, how
Hmm.
can it, just because you were like, I'm not voting the same, I don't think like you politically, I'm gonna stop talking to you. So no, he stayed, and he's still like, whenever I want to talk to him, we talk, but he has different lives because he lives in a different
Hmm.
reality. He does things that I don't do, but we are still deep inside good friends, kind of. If you need to help each other, like need each other's help, you can count on the person.
Hmm.
But the other one who was very lost, actually, the one in the group that was like kind of like just going downhill anyway,
Oh,
he decided to, he
okay.
was, oh my God. Like this one who stayed, actually, he's religious. He believes in God. The other
Yeah.
one didn't believe in God.
Okay.
So he just disappeared, but he was having like a very miserable life. And I'm like, you know what? That makes sense.
Maybe that's why
But
he left. I
yeah,
think seriously to break up with a friend because of politics. Politics for me is so volatile. It could change at any time. You could change your mind about politics at any time. One
oh
day you
yeah,
can vote for that guy. 5 years later, you like, okay, this guy sucks. Actually, this one looks better. You could vote for the other guys, and then you're in the same camp than the friend that hated you 5 years
yeah,
ago. You know what I mean? It's stupid. You
yeah.
just lost 5 years for nothing. 5 or 7 in France is 7 years. Can you imagine people not
7 years.
talking for 7 years? Yeah,
Wow.
it's seven
Oh
years. Oh
really?
no, wait, wait,
Huh?
wait. No, no, sorry. It's 5 years now. It was seven before, and they changed it. Now it's 5 years.
Mm,
Yes, in France it's 5 years, but still usually they always get re-elected, so it's 10 years. So for 10 years, I'm not going to speak to my best friend because we don't think the
yeah.
same about
And it can
politics. That
definitely change, yeah. Because it changed with me. It can go like one way, like, okay, as long as it's with my beliefs, I'm gonna
yeah,
vote for a certain person. So I'm like, whatever. But it's just, and when I was listening to a podcast today, he was talking. This guy was talking about like how it also there's a lot of ego involved in that.
Mm-hmm.
Like a
Yeah.
person just wanting to be in your own tribe, but it becomes that like that tribal thing where you don't want to. Everybody thinks the same. Everybody agrees with you, and like, oh, we are all happy here. But once you get challenged, you
Mm-hmm.
don't even know how to react because you don't know anything about the other person, anything
Yeah.
about the other person's opinions, and how to even to interact. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what?
Yeah.
It's very narrow minded. It doesn't let you grow. So
Exactly. Like you don't grow. I mean, it's like it's like a trap. You trap in this little world and that bubble. Nothing change, and you think everybody is actually thinks the same. And one day you're gonna meet somebody who doesn't think like you. You're gonna be like, what?
an alien, no,
How is that
my
possible? What?
yeah,
So yeah, no, actually I like to be in different. That's also the thing is there was that not anymore, but that shocked me a little bit when I moved here. I noticed
Mm.
that people really like each community stay in their community.
Oh yeah,
They're really
uh-huh.
like, people are with these people are with these people. And in France everybody mixed. Most of the
Mm-hmm.
time we all mix with each other. And when I came here I was like, oh yeah, okay, so that's where black people are, Persian people are, Arab people are, Asian people are, I mean white people are. I mean that's kind
Yes,
of
that's
weird.
right.
So
Yeah, I've
now I'm
noticed
used
that
to
too.
it. Yeah, you
Yeah,
too. Yeah,
yeah.
because in
I was
Brazil
like,
people mix, right?
yeah, you just and like not only just hang out. It's normal to have friends from all different backgrounds and different
Yeah.
it's ethnicities. But here, yeah, you have those groups. You just even though a lot of people say like, oh yeah, we are all open to this and that, but then in the end, they're always hanging out with the same colored groups, all
Yeah.
whites, all Asians, all Indians, and it's all like that, like separated, which
I'm,
is very weird for me. Just to and I see your friends too, like from France, right? It's all mixed.
oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
from everywhere. And I remember once I went to New Orleans. New Orleans, where it's a lot of black people, right? So I was like, okay, I'm not, nobody's gonna look at me like, oh. So we went to New Orleans with my friend. She's French, so she's Caucasian, and we're walking down the street. All the black people are looking at us, not the white people,
Oh,
the black people. All the black people are looking at us, and I'm like, hey,
huh.
so her name is Marina. I'm like, hey, Marina, did you notice something? She doesn't notice anything because, she's on her own world. She didn't notice because I noticed because I'm black. So I see other black people looking at me, right? She's like,
Mm-hmm.
no. I'm like, you don't notice all the black people are looking at us? And she's like, oh, I wonder why. She didn't know. She's like, I don't know why. Because I think they don't see a lot of black girl and white girl walking together in the street,
Oh,
hanging out together. I'm like, what the, that was weird.
yeah.
I don't understand. And
Wow. Yeah.
also, before I met Pascal, I went out with the white dude. Okay, he used to live in Sacramento. He came to visit me in San Francisco, and he worked me back to my place. And before he leaves, I kiss him. I say, okay, goodbye. We kiss, and I hear, wow, 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 people yelling. I turn around. There was a car full of black people in there, black dude and girls yelling because they saw a white guy kissing me.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
like, okay, we're not in Europe anymore.
Yeah. Not allowed. You're not allowed to
Not
do
allowed to
that.
do that. We're not in Europe. I'm like, oh my God. I thought, we were not in 1950 anymore. What the hell is
Hmm.
going on in here? And
It's
it's San
so weird.
Francisco.
Yeah,
San
right?
Francisco.
I know because you see it here, Bay Area. You see it like, yeah, which is very
Craziness.
unusual.
So
Yeah, when
talking
it's
about being
just
tolerant.
yes, that's what I don't get it because then it's all that it's a lot of talk, but the actions you don't see that. Like
No.
where I grew up in Rio, so it was just like so already natural. Like my two uncles married black women, and
Mm-hmm.
and then like my cousin's grandma was black too, and like there was not like something like so what you
Okay,
know
so what? Yeah.
nobody cared because it was mixed with or like like lighter skin, a little dark, nobody cared. That's why
Mm-hmm.
when I moved here and I saw how it's all separated,
Mm.
that with all the sides, all the races, they do that here. Not they just say that they
Yeah.
all do that. It's like, what? It's weird. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I never had that.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
unusual.
I was happy actually to get to know different more culture because in France, it's not we don't have the same immigration than here. So like all the Latin,
No,
like
you
all
don't
the
have the
food.
Latins, yeah.
Now we don't have
Hmm.
all those Latin, culture over there, and it's more, from Europe
Yeah,
and Africa. We
yeah,
don't have Africa
Africa,
or
yeah.
Caribbean, right? Because of the colonies. But when I came here, I was like, oh, I never had even like Asian food or Asian stuff. It's not the same in
Oh,
France,
yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
because it's not the same countries also.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Something I was really happy when I came here. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try everything here that I never, even like the, the when the celebration, stuff like that, or
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
I never
yeah.
saw like Chinese New Year's with in San Francisco when I first arrived with the dragon and everything, in San
Oh,
Francisco.
yeah.
I never saw
Hmm.
that before. I was like, oh, that's new. So that's something I'm
Well,
happy.
you
Mhm.
clearly didn't know anything about Asians since we had that episode. I don't remember the number, but you're like, you're all the same. So, yeah, I get that. I totally get that.
Oh my god, that episode! Oh my god! I can't believe I did that.
So,
I was
so you don't understand. What was the language she was saying? She was talking.
so the lady that was lost, I think, was Chinese, and the lady I asked was Korean.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nothing. It's not
Yeah.
even like one speak Mandarin, one speak.
Yeah, like the other,
um,
like Taiwanese. Was it Canto? What's it called?
no,
Well,
Tagalog is Filipino.
no, a Cantonese.
Cantonese, yeah.
Yeah.
One is Cantonese, one is Mandarin. Not even that. Korean. Nothing. It's not even. I think it's not even the same structure. It's not the same structure. It's nothing to do with each other. And I'm like, well, you're Asian. She's Asian. You should understand each other.
Yeah, like so. Of course you should know.
She was mad. She was really mad. But hey,
Yeah, see, so now you learned. You came to
yeah,
America and then you see all like people from everywhere.
from
That's where you learn.
everywhere. Exactly. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, definitely personally, yeah, I can be friend. I mean, unless you're a freaking asshole, I think I can be friend with anybody. I'm very open-minded. I'm always like, I'm the best person who's gonna laugh at your jokes if they're good. All right.
Hmm.
So I don't mind being friend with somebody, who have like different, and also because I don't really take myself seriously. That's the thing also. I think if you take yourself too seriously, you can have issue with other people. I don't take myself, too seriously, and I don't, and I don't think I pay a lot of attention. It's not like I pay a lot of attention, but what other people think about me, it's not depends who, of course, but it's not that important to me. I discovered when I was young, I was like, somebody told me something at school, and that really bothered me, right? And I'm
Hmm.
like, oh, but if I don't like it, I'm not gonna do that. I don't like it. But that person, that other kid told me, I don't know, I was supposed to do something, and I thought at that moment I was like, but if he tells me that my sweater is red and I know it's blue, but he said no, it's red. You have to accept the fact that it's red. I'm like, I'm not gonna accept that. No, I don't care what he says. I know my sweater is blue, and I don't know what.
Hmm.
Since that day, I'm like, I don't care what they say,
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good attitude because
and
it
that
does affect you a lot, when you worry about that.
and that
Usually.
boyfriend that one day we're gonna talk about,
Yeah.
as he was always saying that about me, and I hated when he say that, but I guess I was true. He was always like, "You don't care about anything." It's like he said he was even saying, "You don't give a shit." He's like, "You don't give a shit about anything." Like, what are you talking about? Of course I give a shit. He's like, "Oh, you don't give a you don't give a shit."
You don't give a shit. I need to be more like that because I do
Oh,
have to like I have to work on this of being worrying about like what other people are
don't give a shit.
thinking, or like I'm talking to someone. Oh, what if they find out what I think this way or that I am like? who cares? Like, whatever. People are not gonna. First of all, people are not gonna be spending hours of their lives thinking about you. There is that,
Yes, I
right?
was gonna say that. I was gonna say that. Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm
people
like, it's
think.
just
Yeah,
useless. Like to be and just be confident and be comfortable in your skin and what you believe, and just be a good person. Don't hurt
and
anyone.
yeah,
That's it. You know.
you have your own belief. You think you're right. That's your own life. You have only one life. Life is short. Okay, and like you said, sometimes we think, oh, what are they gonna think, blah blah. But oh, newsflash for you: people don't think about you all the time. They have
Yeah.
other stuff they have
Yeah.
to think about. Okay,
They
they don't
have.
think about you all the time. So
Yeah. So we can all get along, you know. I mean, as long as there's no one disrespecting anyone, doing anything, hurting anyone, you can
yeah,
get along with all different cultures, different mentalities, political views, social views, whatever it is, right? You just gotta be the
and,
smart person in the room,
and
and
yeah, like you said, as long as you're not hurting anybody, I mean, it's
yeah,
not like you're gonna, tell your neighbor, oh, you shouldn't talk to this person because she's blah blah blah. Or that's what she thinks, or she's voting for this person, or she's that kind of religion.
yeah. That
I mean,
means
I would,
she's this and that, and then which is never. It's just putting a person in a box on a labeling without really
yeah,
knowing. Like, so what?
yeah,
Oh, you believe in this, but I believe in many other things too that you might agree.
mm,
So just not
exactly.
like closing the doors just because of one
Hmm.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, my little note over there. Yeah, I think we say that. I was gonna say, yeah, you can't live through, other people's eyes because, like you say, they don't even think about you. Sometimes you think they think about you, but they don't. They're thinking about
Yeah.
some.
Yeah.
That remind me of one of my cousins. Same thing. So she was in a really bad relationship. She was married for like 10 years, two kids, very bad relationship, and me and another cousin were always worried about her all the time. But maybe she should leave him. Maybe she should stay with him. Maybe she should leave him. Always thinking, about her. And my other cousin one talked to my grandma, my grandmother, when she was in life. She was alive. And she said, but what should we do for her? I don't think she's happy. My grandmother was like, why you bother for her so much? She's like, she's with him. She's happy. If she's with him, leave them alone. She's like, and she was like, you think she think about you? She doesn't think about you guys. From that day, we were like, yeah, what were we worrying so much about her?
She's like,
She's in that relationship. She was like, and you know what? That conversation was like 15 years ago. She's still with that guy. So
she's still with that guy. Okay.
yeah,
So,
he's still with that guy. So I guess it's working out.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. If she's still
then
with him. Uh,
it's a
yeah.
freaking loser. But anyway, she's still with that guy. So I guess it was a good relationship. What can I
Yeah.
say?
Yeah. Her
Yeah,
choice, right? Like, well, free
yeah,
will. So
exactly. Let me check something. Uh,
I think we
yeah,
covered. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, for me, the most important, is to be able to joke with people. I like laughing. I mean,
Hmm.
for me, laughing is very important in my life. So we can laugh about religion. We can laugh about politics. I mean, for me, it's a whole. Don't get too serious about it because unless you're running for something, you're really involved in politics or something like that, and you're running. You know what I mean? You're running for
Running for
something, so
office.
running for office, right? So I won't be able to debate with you because I'm not, knowledgeable about that, that much. So you're running, you do your own stuff. But if we're at the same level, like we can just, you're in different politic side or religion or whatever, or you don't believe in it. I have a lot of people, of friends who don't believe in God.
I believe you. I
I
believe
have a
you.
lot of friends who don't believe in God, and sometimes they're like amazed that Pascal and I would believe. They're like, what? You believe in somebody that you cannot see? Yeah, and
Uh,
they are like amazed that we practice, we go to church, we baptize our kids, we do first communion, we do stuff like that.
hmm.
And I'm like, there's one thing sometimes. No, I'm not gonna say that here. I can you after the show, but
Okay.
yes,
And
a lot of my friends they don't believe in God. That could be one thing. I could be like, I don't want to hang out with those people. They don't believe in God, and for me, it's
yeah,
really
good point.
important.
Hmm.
God is really important. It's the first things, in your life, right? It's the most important
Yeah.
thing.
Hmm.
So, and I have a lot of people who are atheist. What do you say?
Atheist. Yeah.
Atheists, yeah.
Atheist. Hmm.
They don't believe.
Yeah. Well, okay. There you go. Still good friends. So
But
can't
still
leave
they are the
that
best
out.
friend.
You just don't need to
Yeah.
have heated debates of like, what is the role of God in your life? Like
Oh
you
no.
don't need to go like you like they know what you believe in, you know what they believe in, and then it's like okay, just avoid also like to have like like hot topics to avoid like
Yeah.
like oh yeah like abortion. Are you for or against? Like are you in favor or against? You don't want to
Mm.
have that type of conversation. You're having like dinner with your friends. Yeah. So what do you think about you
Oh
just
my
kind of
God.
like asking for
There's some topic you should
yeah.
avoid.
It's just like so that's why like you know what? Just leave it to the side. Politics, religion, and sports. You have your own team,
Sport.
right? Sports. And like everyone,
Oh, sport.
they
You
say
know,
like you don't
once
talk about that.
I lost somebody. It wasn't a friend, it was an ex-colleague, but on Facebook. God, he
Over
got
that.
mad at me because of sport. It was the World Cup, and I was talking trash about a team because France was playing
Oh
another one.
my
Like
god.
anywhere they don't play well, and I was talking trash. He's like, "What are you talking about?"
Well, it can happen. I stopped talking to a girl because of that too. Sport on
For
Facebook.
soccer, for football, really,
Ridiculous. I'm like, oh my
really.
god.
You stop
We
talking.
stopped. I deleted her from my Facebook. She wasn't that close to me anyway. Like
Oh,
I
yeah,
think she
yes.
deleted me too. I don't know. It was yeah.
Was she talking trash about Brazil, or what was the
It
problem?
was a Brazilian club. Like my team was playing against her club, her team, like local
Okay,
teams, and there
yeah.
was a big thing. Like yeah, like your team sucks. Bunch of losers.
Oh, no.
You all suck.
When you think
And
about it,
then
it's so ridiculous, right? It's
it's
ridiculous. But she wasn't close, so it doesn't. Even me, that guy, he wasn't close. I didn't care.
yeah,
I didn't
no,
really
yeah,
care. But I
yeah,
was like, oh my god,
yeah.
yeah. So sport. I forgot about sport. Let's
Yes,
add
right.
sport. On
Add
the
sports to that.
or
Yeah,
talk about like lightly. You don't have to ask people opinion. Like, are you
yeah.
all against or
Are you for? Yeah,
uh
yes or no, this or
yes or
that.
no question. It's a yes or no question. Okay.
Yeah, like say right now. Are you in
Yeah.
favor of this or that? Like,
And like I
no.
said, your view can change. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You could be pro-choice today and against tomorrow, or your view can change. You never know,
Mm-hmm.
what person you're gonna become.
Yeah. I'm a living
So
proof that you can totally change.
I'm a living
Right
proof.
here. Oh.
I'm a living proof. I was a slut before. Now I'm a
And
saint.
I'm a saint.
I'm
Look at
talking
that.
about myself.
Okay.
I'm a saint, okay? I used to kiss white boy in front of my door, and get yelled at by those people.
But look at me now.
Look at me now. I'm a black boy now. Oh my
As
god.
expected.
I'm respected by my black community. Thank you very much.
The community.
Although sometimes people think he's Latino. So
Oh, there is that. Yeah. I can see
we
that.
never know. Sometimes they don't know where is he from.
Yeah, right. Like that type. We have like that in Brazil too. Like we had a neighbor,
Oh
she
yeah.
was just like him. That you look
It would
like the hair's
be
like
both.
lighter color and this light skin.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. In Brazil, people will speak Portuguese to him for sure. I
Oh
know.
yeah,
He
100%.
goes there.
Mingle with the locals there easily.
All right, guys. Anything else you want to add to
No, I
having
think
fun
it's
some
good.
other? Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
very
open-minded
insightful.
people. Talk to us. We're good.
Yes, yes. And let us know what you think. Do you agree, disagree?
Yeah.
And leave
You could put a
comments.
poll. You could put a
You
poll.
could, yeah.
Yeah.
Put a
You
post,
can
see
do
what
that.
people
See
think.
what people think.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. On Twitter. Why would I say Twitter? On
Twitter.
Instagram. Nobody's on Twitter.
We don't use Twitter. We use Instagram and TikTok
TikTok and
and
Pinterest and
yeah.
YouTube. On YouTube too.
Oh, YouTube. Yeah. And subscribe to our podcast, iTunes, Google
Yeah.
Chrome, or Spotify, wherever you
Yes.
listen to
Please.
it.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Bye. Take care.